Yeah, a little shirt of sacrifice. You know, we got a bunch of records like that though. Like with the 40 Acres project, just to go back a little further when he took it, is like before we did the Pursuit of Happiness, between the Humdinger and the PON album, we was working on the 40 Acres album while we was down in Atlanta. I had moved down here in '08 just to be closer to the music that we've always had to come to Atlanta to make since college. We've been coming here making all our albums. So, you know, like I said, started off here in Patchwork, which is crazy. So, we was working on that, and then Fontana was like, you know, I think we should give another Nap Root album before we start breaking the individual parts of the group down into solos and duos, which we are planning to do. And it's not like we're breaking up, it's just that we just so many of us, and we have so many ideas that we want to get out, and we want to put out more projects than once every 2 years. You know, we want to really feed the public, you know, what they need, man. This is a microwave society, and people, they consume things a lot faster than what they used to with CDs and vinyl and tape, you know. So we was working on that project, and we just decided to go ahead and say, you know what, we'll put the brakes on the 40 Acres for right now, so we can devote all our attention to the Nappy Roots and make that really what it needs to be. Because without the Nappy Roots brand being right, it doesn't matter who you are and what you're trying to do in regards to the internal structure. You know, like if the Nappy Roots brand ain't strong, it doesn't matter what you do. No one's really going to give a shit if the Nappy Roots ain't correct. So we got to get that and make sure that's right before we step out and start doing any things that's going to like almost thin the brand out. And we're going to do more things, but we want to expand the brand, not necessarily thin it out. So that's right. But you know, we as Nappy Roots are competitive. We'll try to make it to where we'll try to lock it up. You know what I'm saying? Like dominoes. We try to lock the board up where can't nobody else get on. Scale spit 2 dope verses and Skinny spit 1 and the hook is flawless, can't nobody else get on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want where everybody plays all the time, because if you play all the time, that means, you know, the ideas get down to 8 and 12 bars. When you really want to say something, it could be 16 or 24.
Yeah.
So to keep it competitive is just something that we do to make everybody, you know, keep their blade sharp. You know, so we don't really like opening up the doors. If someone ain't coming right, then someone else is going to get that person's spot before we put a feature on it. Now we're going to get that right internally, unless we just really want to get this guy, you know, because we're a fan or something like that.
I really like y'all chemistry, man. Like just the whole group in general. You know what I mean? From the idea of coming out, being country, it's like y'all came out and made country cool.
Yeah, we had like Country Fried Cess.
Right.
And like,
I didn't.
No Comb, No Brush.
Yeah, I wasn't up on that.
Yeah.
You know what
we wouldn't expect anyone. You had to be actually, to be up on Country Fried Cess, you actually had to be at Western.
Right.
Or from Louisville.
Right.
You got it when we was at Derby that year. Moving them up.
Right.
And that summer, you know, we got signed that summer off of that album.
Okay.
And then we went actually came back with another one called No Comb, No Brush, No Fade, No Perm. And that was supposed to be the buffer between Country Fried Cess and the album we did with Atlantic Records. And the album we did with Atlantic Records didn't even come out. Like, we recorded the whole album that was so out there. It was country, but it was like space age country. And we was like, oh shit, we can't come out with this first. We gotta give them something to let them know you can't just take, you know, you can't step from here all the way up to here. You gotta have some steps in between to make the bridge for people to understand what the fuck you're talking about and what's going on. So we got a whole album that didn't come out on Atlantic that was set for 2000. So that's some real shit as far as paying dues. Like, Watermelon Chicken and Grits wasn't even the first one we recorded for Atlantic Records. Our first album got shelved. Wow. Sat on it. It's still on that motherfucker. I got it, but you know.
So can it be released? I mean, do you have to get permission or something? Or they own all rights? Or
I don't want it to be released.
You don't want it out.
Okay.
I'll probably end up leaking it out to some people. So
Okay.
keep some records. Some records on there good. We had tracks some Carlos Brody on the motherfucker, man.
Shit was kind of like we was coming hard. Like we was coming hard the same way we did on the first album, but it was just like the sound that they was trying to, like, I felt like it was too bluesy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like took some of our old shit from Country Fried Cess and then kind of put bass on it and shit like that. Like, nah, that shit is raw, and that's what people like about it.
Yeah.
You give them that same shit, but with a pillow on it, like that soft bass on it and shit.
Yeah, there's some records probably that make a motherfucker down, but I like it. I thought there was some good music, but even then, in 98, 99, when it was still so materialistic in the world, we still wasn't talking about that shit. And that's what the problem was with the marketing department. I think that Atlantic has like, okay, these guys are from Kentucky. They don't sound like it. They're not rapping about none of that shit. They sound like all these other guys that are coming out. We weren't purposely doing it, but that was the production that we was actually, you know, had to work with. So the beats kind of sounded, you know.
It was a good idea. It came together on Watermelon Chicken and Grits.
Right.
It was kind of the same idea, but it was the perfect balance on that. Right?
Yeah, we worked with Groove on Watermelon Chicken and Grits, and he took the vision that we had and really could put it to production. Groove is really the guy that really, shit, he fucking saved our asses, really, for real.
Yeah.
Like, I always owe him that, like, saved our asses, because when no one even was giving a fuck, Groove was like, shit, I'll do it. He sat right on this couch right here, amongst all these producers out in here, Toom, Atlantic Records reps, no one knew who this guy was. He sat right here for about a day. Didn't say shit. It's like, I got some beats. He was like, man, alright, what you got?
Yeah, what you got?
We was so like, man, we need something. This motherfucker's gonna pull out budget. Like right now, he was in here about to pull out budget. If we didn't make this next set of records. He told us like, dude, this is it. I can't get no more money from Atlantic Records if y'all don't fucking give me something. And right then is when we came and we gave him Set It Out, and we gave him Hustler
first, I think.
Gave him Hustler and Set It Out.
That shit.
And then we came back, and then we gave him that All Now.
Okay.
That All Now changed the whole fucking world. And like, we made All Now in here. We ended up cutting it in I think it was Tree Sound. That's how we started working on Tree Sound. But we started here with Hustler, Set It Out, some other records like
Country Boy.
You did Country Boys here?
Yeah, Country Boy.
Okay. Who did the beat for Ballin' on the Budget?
Groove.
Okay. Yeah, that was
he made about 80% of that album, man, for real.
Yeah.
Anything else y'all want to let the people know? You know, when the date for the new joint dropping?
Oh man, this is the new album. You know what I'm saying? It's a small mini version of it, but you know what I'm saying? This is what's gonna look like coming out September 27th. I mean,
this shit.
This shit's banging, like for real. Like.
Okay.
Take you straight to the business.
Okay.
So that's in process. Album come out September 27th.
You would be able to buy it online. It'll be, you know, I'm sure it'll be the Best Buys and, you know, the major retail chain stores, the mom and pops, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to get it to as many people as we can, man, but you know, we're gonna be on the road this fall. We got dates all through August, September, October too. Check us out. We hitting your college, your frat parties. You know what I'm saying? Check us out if you want to book us. Hit us up. Follow us on Twitter at Nappy Roots. Check us out, the official Nappy Roots friend page on Facebook and nappyroots.com, man. And just, you know, if you don't know, ask somebody. And if you do know, tell somebody, man. That's all I'm saying. Word of mouth is the best promotion. That's how we've been getting by, so keep it nappy, man. Yo, what up, y'all? It's the Nappy Roots, Skinny DeVille Fish Scales. You know, we chilling at Patchwork, and you know you gotta fuck with Patchwork as well because it's sonically superior. Quality is impeccable. Keep it nappy.
Good time, call me if you want that.